So today the brief was really to cover the same walk that I call him a picture post photographer, but maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But the style of his photography is picture post, and that's Derek Evans. Now he covered the Heart of Oak, Fownhope Heart of Oak walk for generations since the 1940s, 50s, and it's a real honour as a photographer to actually go in his footsteps. Now my roots are documentary, so it totally sings to my heart to do a project like this. So as we're walking today, and there's probably 100, 200 people today walking, and they've decorated, generations of people have decorated these sticks with flowers. And so to actually meet these generations of people, so you've got grandfathers, great-grandfathers, and all the way through to small children, to actually be involved in documenting that process, as Derek would have done. You're really just meeting his passion on your feet with these people, and to actually hear how grateful the great-grandfathers, who probably would have met Derek, actually be so grateful for us photographing and even yourselves filming today. It's a pleasure. You feel like you're walking with Derek doing this. And what's the importance of it? Well, the importance of Derek's work, actually we wouldn't be following in his footsteps if we didn't have seen the pictures that he'd been producing. And I know that these traditions go on. They were going on in every village, probably around the country. But the danger is that unless we document them, then actually they will just die out. And okay, yes, they might continue because you know what, great-grandfather will say to great-grandchild, you know what, we're going to do this because it happened. But the importance of it is that, you know, our communities, I think because of how we all move away with work and all those sorts of things, they become divorced. And unless we document them, and a lot of these people have come back to Fownhope to actually take part in this. So they live away, but they come back. So it stabilises communities. So I think as a documentary photographer, you know, I think that's the heart of what Derek was about, was people and cementing people together. And that's what documentary photography is about people and observing how people interact with each other and the love people have for each other. Well, communities do that. They cement all that together, in my mind. If you look at Derek Evans' history of pictures, I've tried to kind of look at the way that he is a documentary photographer and how he works. And a lot of his style, well, actually he uses what would have been back then a medium format camera. So he's photographing with a live view screen here. And so a lot of his portraits appear to be taken actually slightly lower than an adult and probably at child height. How that's important is that, a bit like when I use my camera, well, I actually photograph on a live screen. So I don't hold the camera up to my eye anymore. And the reason why I do that is because I like to have the peripheral vision as well as while I'm taking a photograph. And that means that I can carry on having a conversation with people. And that was the lovely thing about Derek's work, is because you knew he was maintaining those relationships, because you had that very soft barrier. You didn't have a hard barrier, you didn't have that harsh look that somebody was giving him. You didn't have that absence of a look either, which you get. Essentially when you hold the camera up to your face, you're cutting off a relationship with somebody as soon as you stick that wall up. And so teachers like Derek are just really important to photography, and especially now when we use live view cameras, they say, is that a new thing? Of course it's not, because actually all that does is brings us back to documentary and conversation. So for me it's perfect. So it makes me laugh thinking about how Derek would have approached certain challenges that we kind of got through today. One was, which I think the whole team, including the film team, had, was actually, you think, well, everybody's carrying these sticks and everybody's like this heavy oak, a mic at the front with a heavy oak, and then there's the banner, and you think, well, okay, this has got to be quite a slow procession. And it's not. They're running at it. No, they're not running, but they walk fast and marching. And that is actually quite a challenge to any film crew or photographer, because, you know, you can put yourself in an establishing location, but actually I think to Derek, and I was thinking, well, okay, he's on film. I photographed on film, but actually, it's an established position, but then he's got actually images where he's walking with people and snapping. So I was mindful of how I don't think that they would have walked any slower. They still would have marched that pace, I think. But wow, how did he keep up with like we had to? Because it's quite a challenge, and obviously he was on film, so I guess he just had it on a high shutter and he just was running around like a crazy thing like we were. Don't know.